Rugby League Live 4 was released in 2017, and ever since then, every year you best believe there's been rumours that there's going to be a new game coming out. Is it coming out next year? Is it coming out in a couple of years? Is it ever actually going to come out at all? I guess that's kind of the point we're at right now, where it's been 7 long years since the previous game, and we're at that point where we're thinking this game is not going to happen, whether it's Rugby League Live 5, whether it's a Rugby League 24, 25, whatever year or whatever name they call it, a new Rugby League game seems to sort of be more and more less likely every year as it goes by. And there's always rumours going around that there's stuff being worked on, and we saw a few years ago there were some players getting scanned, and I've done multiple videos of a similar topic of talking about the hope of a new game, and more people have been emailing the NRL and getting the same sort of response in the sense that, yeah, there is something in the works, but that's sort of as far as it goes. Whatever that means, is it a mobile game? Is it a console game? Like, we don't really know. They haven't really announced anything. Rugby League Legends came out, and that's a fantastic game, but it's not an officially licensed game. And kind of at this point, I don't even care if it's officially licensed. And also, the reason I'm doing this video, as you can tell by the title, is that the NRL are making it so difficult. So difficult. Just yesterday, I did a video talking about the proposed rule change where they're going to be changing the kickoff. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is just how different the NRL is year in, year out. Now, 2023, extremely different to 2024. 2022 was way different to 2023. I mean, a whole new team got added in. There's always these talks of a new Perth side going in. The Papua New Guinea side looks to be pretty likely, if not guaranteed. And then you add in all the rule changes. There's always new rule changes. Look at all the different rule changes since 2017 when the previous game came out. There's a lot of players who are still playing from that same game, playing right now, and they've gone through a whole different rule change. And that's why I feel like it's so difficult for the people making the game. And I'd love to sort of toss this up with maybe the Rugby League Legends developers and sort of just ask them, say if they did take into account this new rule change that the NRL is proposing to bring in 2025. I know they've come out and said that they're not, but I have a feeling they definitely were probably gonna, and then there was so much outrage on it that they went, no, let's not do that. So kind of testing the waters there, but it's definitely on the cards, something along the lines of that. We've seen the dropouts and all those rule changes, but from 2017 onwards, I mean, the bunker wasn't really there. Obviously, 7 again isn't there. Even just the tap restarts and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of different things that have come into the game, and that's just ones I can think of off the top of my head. So imagine if you're a game developer and say Rugby League Live 5 is ready to go for next year, and they're going to announce it, say like February next year. And then the NRL actually does come in and go, hey, actually, we're going to actually change that kickoff rule, and it is going to happen in 2025. Like, do they go and change the game? Will they release it and then people be unhappy that it's not up to date? Then you add in all the transfers and stuff. I know that's kind of like a minor thing, but like, imagine a whole team gets added in. A new game is released next year, and then PNG get added in to the NRL, and then that throws out the whole career mode. So I know it sort of throws into the whole argument that, hey, well, a yearly release would be nice, and I'd absolutely love that. I wouldn't even really care if the gameplay doesn't really change too much. I mean, look at FIFA, look at NBA. Gameplay's not drastically different. And if it is drastically different, like I remember there being something on NBA 2K, and I was like, nah, I need it how it used to be. Like, this is not it for me. I think it was something to do with the shooting. So just kind of keep it the same, add in a few new squad updates, add in a team, and release yearly. I'm happy to pay whatever money I have to get a new yearly game. That would be fantastic. We've seen AFL be able to do it, not yearly, but sort of somewhat regularly. But even they've gone and released the game, and it's been quite buggy, and there's been lots of setbacks, and there was big backlash when AFL 23 came out. So it does show that just because you're going to get a game doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be well received. Now, I personally, I'll play it regardless. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Rugby League Live 4. Do I think it's the best game to play in 2024? Yes. Rugby League Live 3 is a fantastic game as well to play with the fan hub and all that sort of stuff. But it is really the fan hub keeping the game alive, which also kind of begs the question that, like, just release a game without a license and give us some modding, some customization, and give us the fan hub essentially, and I think you can get by. I don't think anyone's really using the licensed teams. A lot of the players are super outdated, and in fact, the people are making some great character models. But I'm sort of getting away from the point of this video. It's just that it's a possibility that they've been working on this game for a long time, and just when they sort of think they're getting ready to announce it, the NRL goes and does something drastic, say a couple of years ago when there was some heavy rumours, when there was photos getting taken of players. I think back during maybe the COVID era, something like that, maybe just before COVID. I remember a lot of players filmed themselves getting photographed. Chad Townsend had a vlog. They said it's a new Rugby League live game, so sort of going with that sort of thing. So it does prove that there was something going on. But then all of a sudden the Dolphins are in, and they were sort of just, we announced them and they're in next year. Like it happened pretty quickly. So imagine you have your whole career mode set up, and then hang on, we just got to add in a whole nother team. So I can imagine it being quite frustrating for developers, let alone the NRL licensing and stuff, just annoying in general. I mean, look how the NRL is with everything. Look at them with copyrights online. They're very behind the times, and I've done videos in the past talking about how behind and backwards they are. Instead of getting into the forefront of the media in terms of online, they wait until everyone else does it, and then they try and jump on board. You have Americans reacting to NRL games, and they'll let that happen, but an Australian reacting to an Australian game, it's bam, we'll take your channel down. It is very strange how the NRL works, and I understand copyrights and all that sort of stuff, but it is very, very backwards. And I think the video game is it's such a lost opportunity. I mean, you can see some of the views that me and Obwanex and Insane and a few of us boys, when we do upload Rugby League Live 4, you still get a considerable amount of views considering how old the game is. A lot more than some other games from around that time frame. So, man, we need a new game. That's kind of the thing. Whenever I stream, whenever I do another video, when's a new game coming out? We need a new game. So NRL, please give us a new Rugby League game. But most likely we won't get one anytime soon. So I thought I'd do a video just covering why we might not get one, because I feel like people are sort of thinking why not? Surely not. But I have a feeling it's the NRL not putting a stop to it, but just making it very, very difficult. And as you can see with yesterday's sort of news of the kickoff, just how drastic things would have been, how much they would have had to change in terms of teams all of a sudden doing short kickoffs, which they probably wouldn't normally do until maybe the last couple of minutes, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of changes that would have to be made, and you'd have to be very skeptical if you're a game developer. That obviously, you have the core mechanics, and you can play Rugby League Live 4, and you don't really miss too much of a beat despite all the rule changes, but you can tell it's very, very outdated. So, yeah, I can imagine them wanting to have a game that's ready to go for the current season, but also you don't want it outdated by halfway through the season as well. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts? Do we think we're going to get a Rugby League Live 5 next year or next couple of years, or we just left the Rugby League Live 4? Let me know. Anyways, guys, thanks for sitting through that. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. See yous. Well, that's the end of this video. If you happen to enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. You know the drill at this point. Everybody YouTuber says it. Just go ahead and do it. It'd really help me out. Also, why not go ahead and check out some of these other videos that are on the screen right now.